happens when you got dreams closer than a match, and plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. Oh my God.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Touch, grenade! Nice, sweetheart!
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second and 9, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield.
To Chris Carson. 5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montrevious Adams coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at their 36-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Rodgers. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Mike's 50.
Rodgers will try again on second down. He hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
26.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end Graham. Touchdown Packers. Jimmy Graham there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Look at this.
Rodgers to throw once more. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle. On third down, Carson. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 25 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Inside.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, watch the...
Hey, flex.
36.
Rodgers going to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day, dog.
Run.
Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Jones. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Right there, 54, right there.
Rodgers again now. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. But he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
No time, no time.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I'm on. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Yo. Yo. Check, 93's the mic. Go. It's a party now. Check, 93's the mic.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Touch 50.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Took right.
Hey, 24 is the mic. You must be treated. 24 is the mic. Watch the run. 24 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Check 9. Plant. Hold. Mike 5-4.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 5-4.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Kill.
Jump out.
Mike's 54. Hey, keep it up.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Rodgers now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Here's Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Look again. Back north. Hey, exit.
Rodgers now on first down. It's caught here by Adams. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On first down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And he's got the connection to the tight end Graham. Touchdown Packers. Jimmy Graham with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
I got you. 40. 50. Wildville.
Wilson throwing again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go, baby.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
SOS.
Jeff!
Who's that? Is that yours?
26.
Hey, watch that.
Go!
54.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert!
Mike 51. I don't think you got it, sir.
To throw is Wilson. Rolling to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
I'm coming after you. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
To try again after the sack. Wilson dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Third down.
Touch, 380.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, hey. Let's go double count right here, double count. Come on. 14, Friday.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well.
Watch this inside.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Davante Adams, 59 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet.
It got his man complete. The 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 81 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go, boys. Bring it.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
That's good for a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. Watch inside. Watch the pass. Hey, Haywood. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Hey, you fly over here. Move. Check. Hey, check 26. 54. Mike, 54. I'm going to run you over.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Rodgers to throw once more. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Mike, 54.
Hey, Echo. We're not getting it. Plant.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, 88. Show team, spell. Shoot.
Rodgers now on first down. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hey, watch that. 54. Mike, 54.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Get 300. Hey, Delta.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
Go to 50.
Watch the screen. Watch the edge.
Back north. Hey, wahoo.
Mike's 5-4.
Cali, front left, Cali.
Watch the flag.
Inside.
Check 4.
Hey, Mike.
You go tank. You got
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And able to find Graham. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Box it.
54, Mike. Coming.
Jim.
54. Mike's 54. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Watch number 33.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch it.
Rodgers throwing here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Next to score, Packers 31, Seahawks 19.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Cut.
Check.
He's coming. We got double up.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. King with a pick.
Intercepted. All day, baby. Let's get this.
Intercepted. The Packers take over first and 10.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault?
Let's go. Let's go.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
We got it, we got it. Staying open. Jump out. Right there. 54.
Hey, Alpha.
54, Mike. Defense wins championships, baby. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Rodgers looking to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Grant. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
That's baby. That's the baby side.
Zoom.
Watch motion. Mike 5-4.
Hey, 88. Hey. High 7.
Let's go, baby. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, baby.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The quick slant caught. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Rodgers now to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing now is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.